September the 26th, 2022 minutes. I need a motion to be approved.
I'll make the motion to approve.
I second it.
Motion by Patel and second by JJ. All for, let me know by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Thank you. Number 3, consideration of preliminary subdivision plat of property located on East Main Street, Campbell's Division.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. We have the Cody Campbell preliminary subdivision plat subdividing 1.96 acres into 27 proposed new lots located on East Main Street. This is the development that's across from the Overton Motel, right next to the Salina Cable Company. 26 of the proposed new lots will be for residential use. These lots will be 0.03 acres or 1,164 square feet for condominiums or townhouses or whatever you want to call them. The remaining lot will be dedicated to common space and a private road named East Side Drive. The common space and the private road will be maintained by a homeowners association, so those will not be maintained by the city of Livingston. The proposed new lots were granted lot size variances, lot density variances, and setback variances by the Board of Zoning Appeals at the March 28, 2022 meeting. The corresponding site plan was approved by the Planning Commission at the April 4, 2022 meeting. So we've seen this before. The proposed new lots are zoned R2 high-density residential and are served by an existing 4-inch water line, an existing 8-inch sewer line, and would comply with all other requirements of the subdivision regulations and the zoning ordinance. So just a little bit of history and background about this. Mr. Campbell came late in 2021 to the Planning Commission and spoke with us about rezoning a piece of property currently at that time owned by Bill Clark, from C3 or C1? C3 to R2 high-density residential for the purpose of establishing townhomes on the property. And he told us at that time they would be individually owned units. And so, you know, him purchasing this property would be pending all these things that went through. And so the first domino to fall was the council did rezone the property to R2. Then he came in front of the Board of Zoning Appeals to get individual lot size variances, lot density variances, and setback variances. And that's just simply due to the fact that we don't have plan unit developments currently in our zoning ordinance. We don't have the capability for 0 lot lines. So the Board of Zoning Appeals granted him all those variances, and then he brought the site plan in for us to review at the April 4th meeting, and then we gave that site plan approval. So now the next step with regards to this development is bringing a subdivision plat in, because without subdivision plat approval, Mr. Campbell would not be able to sell individual deeds. He wouldn't be able to produce individual deeds for the townhouses. So essentially, the owners, will they own the exteriors as well, or is it just the inside walls? So they'll own the exteriors, and they'll have property lines just like a normal lot, except their property line will only be the structure. It will not be any of the grass or the streets or the sidewalk or anything. And all of that will be maintained by a homeowners association.
That's correct.
I know we haven't seen a lot of this type development in Livingston, but I can say that the other communities that I work for, this is very common. We see this quite often. So Mr. Campbell is here, and again, this is a preliminary plat. So we will see this plat again once all Mr. Campbell's infrastructure is in. And again, as I said, 4-inch water line, 8-inch sewer line, and it meets all of our requirements for our subregs and zoning. So Mr. Campbell's here. He can answer any questions regarding this, and also Christian is here, and he's been out inspecting things as they go in, and so we can get updates from him if you guys so choose.
Have you had many changes, many significant changes since you were before us in April?
Nope. Everything's kind of gone to plan. The one thing that I've noticed and I got with my surveyor was the sewer is actually in the road, which will be changed on the next one. But yes, that's where the sewer line's going. For some reason, he got one line mixed up. So instead of the sewer, water, and storm water all run in the back, the sewer runs right in the middle of the road.
Yeah. So correct me if I'm wrong, Cody. So we got on the plat, plat, it's got the utilities back.
All in the back.
They will now,
just the sewer.
just the sewer, excuse me.
Water
The
still
water will
stay the same.
And the sewer will be
Yes.
along here.
And which of these are under construction now?
The first 6 units.
The first six?
Yep, so you'll see this first block right here, Phil,
Okay,
right there.
that's the ones that are under construction now.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And so when do you plan to do the other construction?
Once we sell I think the first 5, we'll begin construction on the next 6
So you're going to do like
in phases. Yes.
in sections of 6?
Yes, it all depends on kind of how the rate that they sell at. We may do the second phase as 12, we may do 6, the next phase. It just depends kind of on the market.
And JJ, I would like to comment, he would not be able to vary from the site plan that was brought in
Yeah.
front of us. Christian, that's what he makes sure of, is that the site plan follows what's actually happening there at the construction site.
Things do always change though.
Oh, yes.
But yes, everything's gone accordingly.
And so, as I was explaining to Mr. Campbell earlier, if we grant preliminary approval tonight, the next step then, it would be for Cody to put in all of his infrastructure, so that'll be water line, sewer line, and fire hydrants. Once those are in, he can then, bring, this plat back for final approval. And so so Cody, if you wanted to do it in phases, you can do that as well. So say you've got the infrastructure for the first 6. You can bring us a final plat
Yep.
with just those first 6. And we'll call that phase 1 final plat.
Okay.
But for preliminary purposes, we have to approve the whole development.
Every time?
No, ma'am, this will be it. Final will be, could be in segments, or it could be, that just depends on, the developer has the option there
Okay.
on how they want to do that.
So if he wants to do the next phase, he doesn't have to get approval again?
Yes, he does.
Okay, every time?
Final approval every time. This will be the only preliminary approval unless there are significant changes. And if there are changes, then he comes back in front of us and gets approval for that.
That's good.
Yep. I guess if there are no more questions for Mr. Campbell, I'll ask Christian, installation of infrastructure going according to the site plan.
Everything's going as planned, of course, you have, as far as my inspections, state inspections from the, electrical inspector and, things that are actually, a little above grade. They're doing electrical fire protection and things that, they really wouldn't have to do, and some sound protection that's, I think it's really gonna be a big benefit, selling those zero lot lines. So everything's going according, they've not failed anything on any of their inspections.
Thank you, Christian. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman, unless there are any other questions for me.
Cody, on the new ones you got for sale up there now, getting pretty well complete, are any of them with the bedroom downstairs,
Nope. All
No.
the bedrooms are upstairs.
upstairs?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Okay, so we need to go ahead and get a motion on this.
If that be the will of the committee, yes, sir.
Yes, sir, okay. I need a motion that we approve the preliminary subdivision plat for this property on East Main Street.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by JJ. I need a second, please. Lucretia, okay? You get it? You got both of them?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay,
Shelley,
all for it, let me know by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, Cody.
Thank you.
Item number 4, discussion regarding the administrative approval of subdivision plats during December.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. And so what this is we don't have a meeting in December due to the proximity of the Christmas holiday this year. It's actually, City Hall actually be closed on the night that we would meet. And so what I'm asking for is the ability to administratively approve subdivision plats that are 2 lots or less that do not require any variances. Anything more than that, we will ask them to come to our January meeting.
If I'm not mistaken, we done this last year as well.
Yes, sir.
I make a motion that we accept this.
Okay,
I second it.
second, okay, JJ, all for? Aye? Aye. Okay, motion carries again. Thank you. All
And
right.
anything submitted after January 1st, I will not administratively approve. I'll put that on the January agenda.
Okay, good. Any other business by anyone?
Yes, sir.
Come ahead.
Mr. Kyler.
They can come in, they don't have to stand out there.
He has recently bought the property on the end of McHenry down here. The address actually is Evans Street. So it's where the storage units are at.
Right by Central Park.
And so
Storage buildings by Central Park.
he has put together his drawings, and we had a little misunderstanding. I think he didn't understand that he needed the site plan drawings to be brought in. He brought his structural building drawing with him. And so this is just a continuation of those storage units. He will meet all the, necessary, it's just a continuation of each unit.
I'm adding 12 units to my existing building. Well, I didn't know I needed to do all this, just add, you know what I'm saying? So I've done like poured some concrete and I've got a building coming, and I don't care to get anything we need to. I just need to know what to do. Well, we've obviously run out of time because he didn't even have a meeting next month. So now, I was just here because I thought we'd get approved tonight, but I need more plans, I guess. Site plans, but all I'm doing is really just adding on 12 more storage units.
Yeah, so it's,
Like what we have on the screen up there now.
Yeah.
so it's gonna be, expansion of an existing legal use. It's a legal non-conforming use now.
We changed the zone.
Yes, because we changed the zoning down there. So this is permitted. And if we were having a meeting in December, I think that I would recommend that he just bring back the plans in December for the meeting. But since we're not, I thought potentially that you all might consider granting Christian and I the ability to approve a site plan if it meets all our requirements. And I don't think we would ask if it wasn't an expansion of an already existing use. And so what we're going to be looking for, essentially on this, there's no electricity, there's no water, no plumbing. So there's going to be two things that we're going to be looking for. We're going to be looking for setback violations and parking requirements. Pretty much it, right?
That's it, and so obviously he's gonna meet the setbacks, of a continuation of a straight line, from where the other buildings are at, with his property lines. I can definitely see that, so I don't have a problem with that. And I did want to see the structural drawings, just for the integrity of what he's building. And so he did bring that in, and, but if y'all would grant us the ability to approve that once he brings in his, shows us his parking and his, lot lines, that's what we're asking for.
And I apologize, this is not a big deal, I could have done it if I'd have knew 3 months ago, you know what I mean? So, but now my building's coming, it's getting winter, and like everything will be ready to do, and I just hate to be pushed off another 2 months. But if so, it's still my fault, It's a simple bill, it's concrete and steel, so that's why I'm asking for this.
Tommy, would this have fallen under the permission we just granted you to take care of things during December?
It wouldn't.
It's a little different.
This is different because this is a site plan. All I'm asking for approval, all I'm able to do is 1 and 2 lot subdivisions. And also, it will also have to be signed off on by all the department heads before it's done. And if we grant conditional approval, we will bring a copy of the site plan and allow you to view it in January.
Well, I'm going to ask for permission to grant this for Christian and Tommy to take care of this in the month to come. During December, if you should have something to come up during that time, okay? Does this make sense, what I'm trying to say, okay?
You are asking for a motion to
Okay.
allow to allow Christian and I to
So-
give this site plan
so-
administrative approval.
Exactly, yeah. All right, thank you for making it clear.
No problem, sir.
Okay, I need a motion on that. Someone, look, okay, Tricia?
Yep, Michelle got it.
Oh, okay, all right.
Second.
Second, okay. All for? Aye. All right, motion carries. Thanks again.
So, Mr. Compton, what we'll need you to do is, we have a checklist of things that we need to see on this site plan, including your the existing site plan, or the existing storage buildings that are there now, and then what you propose to put in. Parking, infrastructure, adjoining property owners. Christian can give you the list. I think there's 15 things or something like that that you need to show on there. It's clearly listed. If you list all of those, if you are within the setbacks and you show the proper parking, your site plan will be approved. Fair to say?
I can get it.
Okay.
No problem.
No other business, I need a motion, we adjourn.
I make the motion, we adjourn.
Adjourn? Push it. All for? Aye? Okay, thank you all.
Merry Christmas, everybody.